Todd Sunderhouse with Gold Medal Products. I'm the flavor technologist. And today what we're going to do is show you how to make kettle corn in a popping machine. Typically the kettle corns are made in what we call the witch's cauldron, or the big open pops. But other than that, you can make the kettle corns in here. And we have 3 different products that we're going to make today. We're going to use the Pappy's kettle corn mix. This Pappy kettle corn mix is a real nice sweet butter flavor, and it also is a dairy and soya allergen. The other product we're going to use is called Poppin' Sweet, and this product has a soya allergen and it has no dairy components to it, but it does have a artificial butter flavor to it, and it pops up really nice as well as the one with the dairy. Then we're going to play around and show you what else things you can do, and we're going to use floss sugar to make flavored and colored kettle corn, and we also have our entire line of popping glaze that can also do it. First thing you want to do when you start off making popcorn, you always want to open your doors. You never want to have the doors closed, because what will happen is the steam will build up and it'll cause your popcorn just to be not good, to put it scientifically. When you use and make kettle corn, what you want to do is you want to use white coconut oil and popcorn. You add the salt to whatever flavor you like. Usually kettle corn has just a little pinch of salt to it, but the salt is totally optional and you do it to your flavor seasoning. But always use white coconut oil so you don't get the color. Simply open up the package, take your popcorn and your oil, put it into the machine, lower down your tray, turn on the heat kettle and the motor, and you can always turn on the light just to have something fancy to look at while you're waiting. Close your lid, and what we're going to do is we're going to let this warm up, and we're going to let it hear at least one kernel pop. It's called a test pop kernel, and then we're going to add into the kettle, directly into the kettle, the Pappy's kettle corn mix. And the Pappy kettle corn mix is what you do is you use the amount of the Pappy's, half amount of Pappy's to the size of the kettle. In this particular case, this is an 8-ounce kettle, so we're going to use 4 ounces of Pappy's mix. The Pappy's mix, by adding it, doesn't have to be exactly 4 ounces. You can use more, you can use less. If you use more, you have to pay more attention to your kettle. So we're going to let this sit here and heat up until we hear that first test pop. Normally what you'll do on your second, third, fourth batches of kettle corn, you give it about 60 seconds when you add the corn and the oil. Let that warm up, then after that 60 seconds, you'll add the remaining amount of the Pappy's corn. We have a couple popcorn kernels that are popping out, that are starting to pop. So I'm going to add in the 4 ounces of Pappy's kettle corn. Just add it in, close the lid, and then we're going to let it pop. Now we're going to let it pop through the cycle, but we're not going to let every single kernel pop like we would normally on a popcorn, regular, unflavored, butter flavored, but non-kettle corn. Because we want to limit our exposure of the sugar to the heat. Because by exposing the sugar to the heat, it's going to have a tendency to caramelize and burn. So when the popping slows down and becomes a little erratic and inconsistent, is when we're going to dump the kettle. We're going to get more homemades this way. We're going to get a little less production efficiency, but we're not going to burn the batch and that way we won't ruin the whole batch. Because once the popcorn is burnt, it flavors the whole batch. As you can see now, the popcorn is beginning to cascade out of the kettle. That popcorn now has the hot molten sugar on it, so do not reach in and get that on your skin because the hot sugar will burn you. So wait until you dump the kettle and make sure nothing's coming out of the kettle before you reach into the machine. You can hear the erratic popping of the popcorn now. So we're getting ready to dump this kettle. It's always better to dump a little early instead of late so you don't ruin your batch. Go ahead and dump out the kettle. Turn off your heat. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to mix up the corn so that it'll become loose and it'll give it a chance to dry. And once again, this is very hot melted sugar, so please do not get it on you. Just move it around, move the popcorn across the holes in the bottom of the pan so it'll catch all the old maids. The old maids are what are the unpopped kernels. They're called old maids. And this being an 8-ounce kettle, you should yield 32 cups of popcorn. So this will go into this will fill up a 32-ounce bag of your popcorn. Okay, you can see you got a nice white. It's a little hint of the color, almost looks like vanilla. At this point, I could add salt if I wish, and I think I shall add a little bit of salt. And what I would add is a 1/4 teaspoon of the popcorn salt, and just a little bit, because all you want to use the salt for is to enhance the sweetness. And give it a little stir again. And there we have some delicious Pappy's Kettle Corn.